May I now request Mr. Dheeraj Sehgal, Chief Business Officer, Bajaj Allianz Life, to come on the stage and share his views. Mr. Sehgal is Chief Business Officer at Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance Company. A result-driven professional, Dheeraj brings with him over 2 decades of experience in financial services and pharmaceutical industries, leading and building new business models and defining business strategies. Mr. Dheeraj, I request you to share your views here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction and thank you so much for inviting us here. On behalf of Bajaj Allianz Life, I very warmly welcome all the guests who are sitting here and my compliments to the founding teams and the organizers for picking up such a unique idea. I must start by saying that I was told that I was taking brief from some of the people here. I was told that we have school children and school principals also sitting in the same hall. 2.5 decades of work experience has given me opportunity to interact with various forums, but I must acknowledge that this is the first time that I will be talking to or I will be addressing a forum which has young, bright minds like the ones which are sitting here. And the first time when I will be having teachers listening to me attentively. So, both these things make the movement very memorable for us. This is the second year that Bajaj Allianz Life is getting associated with YouthIdeathon, and we feel extremely proud and privileged to be a part of this association. The idea behind nurturing young minds, taking their ideas to fruition, taking their ideas of entrepreneurship to the next level is extremely exciting for us as a company and very close to our heart as a group as well. At FinServ, most of us who are working in Bajaj Allianz Life or Bajaj FinServ Group, we come with very entrepreneurial mindset and we actually are empowered and encouraged to run our own businesses as if we own them, which gives us an opportunity to not only succeed but fail also. And that's very important for any entrepreneurial venture probably. Briefly talking to those young kids who are sitting there and on this side as well. When perhaps your parents also were not born, 1987 a new term was coined in the US, it was known as VUCA. Some of you would have heard. It stands for volatile, uncertain, as 2 words, and complex is the 3rd word, and 4th is ambiguous. It was a period when the world was seeing a level of disruption and the next level of evolution in the business models was happening. Today, as we stand here, there are 3 very significant words which are leading next level of evolution or transition. That is technology, ecology, and sociology. All of us interact with technology every day, and we know how it has changed. Last 3 years of 2.5 years of COVID has only catapulted this maybe 10 steps ahead. Number of startups which have germinated in the last 3 years in India has gone multi-fold. I'm not talking about unicorns, I'm talking about those small, very small ideas which are germinating in every little corner of the country. I live in the city of Bombay. There was a time when all of us used to feel proud that we come from the city of enterprise. But the number of ideas that we see today in cities like Pune, Bhopal, Indore, Ghaziabad. The most recent one that I met very recently was a person from Muzaffarpur who's trying to solve some of the supply chain problems in northern Bihar. So these are the things which are getting enabled and disrupted by technology. There's a lot being spoken about ecology these days. Carbon emission, carbon footprint, how are we giving back to the society, how are we making ourselves more sustainable, how are we being more objective about consuming the natural resources available. That's the second thing which is being talked about a lot. Third is sociology, which is the changing fiber or changing fabric of how we interact with each other, how our social ecosystem grows. And if you reflect for a moment, you would see that there's a lot of innovation or disruption in the startup sector, which is revolving around these three words. I did not pick this up on my own. I was told that these are the three things, probably which we could cover in my address. But when I was going through it, I realized that being a business person, you always have an eye on what's happening around the world, and I realized that these are extremely relevant goals. And so this trifecta of technology, ecology, and sociology is what probably is driving the next level of evolution or disruption for the world. That poses two questions in my mind. Is our education system doing enough to prepare our next generation to be aligned to these changing requirements? We understand that governments, education boards, schools, they are all taking their own effort to become more contemporary and more relevant in the kind of education which needs to be given to the students. Being a father of two daughters who have passed the school but are in various stages of education and are trying to grapple still with the fact that was it really necessary to study history if it does not even count in my B.Tech? So the point that I'm trying to make is that our education has to become more contemporary and more experiential, and this is where initiatives like YouthIdeathon really can play a very, very critical role in harnessing the potential, harnessing the ideas, harnessing the raw energy which these young kids bring aboard. Today they are the most unsocialized apes that we have. They have not been biased. The ideas that they bring in are the truest in every manner. The solutions that they bring in will be ingenious and probably will be leading the next level of innovation for all of us. My insurance company is associated with a platform which has got to do with education. As I mentioned that as a group, as a company, we take immense pride in the innovation-led business growth that we have seen. If you look at all of our group companies, we've been able to bring a lot of disruption which is led by not only tech, but also in the field of various business models and taking our solutions in the most cost-effective manner to the last mile. And second thing is education as an initiative is also very close to our hearts as a group. Whether it is through our CSR activities or through activities like these where we participate, we genuinely believe that working with the set of people who are here and beyond, it really will help us contribute to the growth of the society and growth of our nation, and hence we are here. To all my young friends who are sitting here, YouthIdeathon is a great opportunity. So bring your best ideas to fore. Don't see it as a competition alone. This is not a competition. About 5 years, 6 years back, I was in Silicon Valley and I met a young kid who was 13 years old and was running a coding company at that point. That's not surprising. A lot of people in our country also were doing the same thing. But what surprised me was that girl said that prior to that, at the age of 10, she had failed and she lost $1,000 of her father. At the age of 13, she had already seen failures. And she said, that's okay, I've learned from it and I'm going to take the next step. Right? So don't deter yourself, don't hold yourselves back when you're bringing in ideas. No idea is foolish, no idea is small. And don't take this as a competition, take this as an opportunity to bring ideas forward. Because this platform will give you an opportunity to incubate those ideas and maybe tomorrow create the next unicorn business model. So all the very best, and thank you so much once again to the organizers for having us as partners, and we wish you all the very best. Thanks.